In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Bib Fortuna for the Vintage Collection, based upon its appearance in Jabba's Palace and Return of the Jedi. Another solid release that we needed from the original Kenner line, updated in the Vintage Collection. It's a very nice action figure. So there was a Bib Fortuna that was released back in the Saga Collection in 2006, and that one was a great action figure. I can't really complain about it. I personally never owned it, but I've seen it so many times and know exactly what it looks like. And it came with a knife even. This one doesn't come with any accessories at all. But after getting this one in hand and then seeing the pictures of what both of them look side by side, there's no comparison. This is definitely the definitive Bib Fortuna, and I'm glad that we have them in the TVC line now. And I think this is another figure that Hasbro can check off the list, and we probably won't need released ever again, unless it's a repack that is several years from now. So let's take a look at the card a little closer. Very nice image of Bib Fortuna there. I assume that's the scene where he says, "You want a Wonga?" One interesting thing about this card versus a lot of the other ones I'll point out is it doesn't have the warning label there. As you can see, a figure like Lando here, they always put the warning label at the top right there, but for this one they didn't. There has been a few other figures that had the same type of thing. I think the Incinerator Trooper had that as well. Instead they just leave it on the back, I suppose. Yeah, a little bit different there, as you can see. But it's interesting. I don't understand why Hasbro would do that for some figures and not for others. Personally, to me, I think it looks better without the warning label up here at all. I wish they'd do that for each action figure. So it's VC 224. I have some of these reviewed on the channel. I have Bo-Katan and the Rebel Soldier, or the Hoth Rebel Soldier, that is. I also have Lando reviewed on the channel now. IG-11, Lobot, and the Mithril will come at some point. I don't have Coley here. I don't think I'll ever get him. Not really enough interest. So that's the card. As for the figure itself, like I said, it's a perfect action figure. You can't get much better than this. Interestingly enough, this is one of the few action figures as well where the Black Series release and the TPC release were pretty much released within days or a month apart. They were released at the same exact time, basically. I don't own the Black Series version, but just from looking at both of them and comparing them, I think the TVC one's the superior one of the two. Problem with the Black Series one, it's not that the sculpt isn't good. It's very good, actually. It's just there's too much blue on him. And while there is some blue on this one as well, it's much more subtle. While on the Black Series one, it's very obvious. You can see it from a mile away that, oh, there's so much blue on that. And I think it kind of takes away from the action figure. Very nice detail in his robes here. A very nice job with his head sculpt. And very nice detailing in his hands as well, as you can see there. He's got those very long fingers. And Hasbro, instead of just doing a normal grip pose like they do for most action figures, they actually sculpted him like he's fingering something. So it's very subtle as well, but this is not a completely newly tooled action figure. He's actually reutilizing a lot of the, at least from the waist down, a lot of the same work from the Lando that was released in the TVC line just a few slots before, the Empire Strikes Back Lando. And it just so happens I have them right there, and you can see they're both utilizing the same legs. So it's interesting that they would do that. And Bib Fortuna is a much larger character than you might would think. And you put them both side by side, so that Hasbro must have taken the time to sculpt his torso a little bit taller than normal. So basically everything for Bib Fortuna from the waist up is all new. But I think this is a prime example of good utilization of older parts. So in terms of the articulation, he does have a ball joint head there. Kind of restricted because of his head tail, but no big deal. He does have hinge at the shoulders, and he has hinged elbows, hinged wrists. This one goes in and out, and this one goes in and out as well. Interesting, Hasbro doesn't do that too often. Usually if they do one side or the other, they usually both go up and down. I think he does technically have a hinged torso. It's very stiff though, I can't move mine very much. And it acts more as a swivel waist instead of a hinged waist. So he does have hinged hips, but it's kind of restricted because of the plastic skirt he has here. He does have a swivel thigh, but I don't really see how you would need to utilize that very much. And then of course he does have hinged knees and hinged ankles as well. So super articulation for Bib Fortuna. He's not exactly a character that really needed all this ultra articulation, but it's nice to have it. And like I said at the beginning of the video, he does not have any accessories at all. It would have been nice if they could include a knife. I know the Saga Collection figure did, and I think maybe the Black Series version had the knife as well. Or he had some accessory of some sorts. So it would have been nice if they included that with this. But it's fine as is. Nice detailing on his torso there. Wonder if that's armor actually. And you can put his hands together like he's plotting, as he usually does probably. And that's all there is to say about Bib, really. It's a great action figure. Is it the action figure for everyone? Most likely not. If you're a big fan of the original trilogy, or you're particular about having most of the action figures, or even if you just want to add some variety to your collection, add some aliens for instance, or if you have a Jabba's Palace display, this is a must-have for your collection. It's a very nice action figure. It's a character that we needed released in the TBC line. It's just very nice overall. I really like it, and I'm glad he's a part of my collection. Anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more reviews in the future. We'll be playing more to come. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate all the support. And check out that Instagram link in the description as well. More content will be posted on that. And thanks for watching.